गौ बाहो पादा उच्येते अहमेदो पुरुषो महान्तो अजायमानो बहुला विजायते
సార్ చూడండి సార్. సార్ చూడండి సార్ ఒకసారి.
I request Reddy sir garu and Chalpati Rao sir garu to come on to the dais.
సార్ అలా చూడాలి సార్ అందరూ. సార్ ఒకసారి ఇలా చూడండి.
Reddy garu sir. Sir Harinath sir, please. They want to felicitate also to you sir. Sir okay idhar akade na.
Many of the advocates, even without soft-spoken and go-getter, that is Mr. Hariyarnath Sharmagar. I said go-getter for the reason that, when he was a director of the AP Judicial Academy, he used to get the things done by saying one way or the other positively for the Judicial Academy. Good one, sir. Hats off. And Kaparti Garu, District Judge, and my good friend Raghuvera, the President of the Bar Association Krishnamurthy, and the Secretary Ravi Prasad. I thank you so much for having us here. I feel that better late than never. And I stand corrected. This is not the first time where 4 of the judges from the High Court have come. Kaparti Garu, I stand corrected. Earlier, when I was practicing as an advocate there in the High Court, Justice N.V. Ramana Garu, Seshana Reddy Garu, Swaroop Reddy Garu, Surya Rao Garu, and one more judge has come, 5 members. That time, my classmate, Mr. Narayan Reddy, was the president. I think senior counsels must be knowing about this. Yes. Many of the youngsters might not know that I hail from this Kurnool district, at the same time from Dronachalam. Well, Dronachalam has got a significance. Many of the youngsters might not know. You know how the name has cropped up that Dronachalam? Why? Because the enigmatic personality, Dronacharya, is said to have done penance in the foothills of Don. So, Drona is taken from Dronacharya, and Chalam is, hills are called as Chalam. So, the Dronachalam has come up. You can check in Wikipedia also. It is there. And after, I've done my education there in St. Joseph School, then went to Adoni. I've done my 8th, 9th class, 10th there at Adoni in Kurnool district. So I've got much attachment to the Kurnool district. After having completed my education, I joined my senior counsel, Justice C. Padmanabh Reddy. Everywhere I go, I make it a point to say a few words about my senior. This is the only way where I can express my gratitude to him, by remembering him. In composite Andhra Pradesh, used to have about 80% of the work, criminal work. Any person with that work will have some condescending attitude, but my senior, I tell you, is simple, humble, and down-to-earth person. And I learned many things from him. See, the morning at 7:30, 8 o'clock, if I go to office, he would be there sitting in the chair. And we go to court, all of us together. And evening when we come back, till 11:30, 12, he'll be there in the office. That much of hard work he used to do. There's a saying like, is intellect enough to succeed without industry, and industry enough to succeed without intellect. He used to do so much of hard work, there's no other way that he has to succeed. So anybody who does hard work will have no option but he'll succeed. One who hardly works, there's no place for them in the profession. Of late recently, I read an article about Justice Muthuswamy Iyer in Madras. This person has become Chief Justice in the year 1893 for Madras Presidency. I was given to understand that he is the first justice, but some discrepancies over there. Ignoring that, in one of the speeches he expressed himself that judges are the god in the human form. To that I express my discomfort. Why? Because of late, the former Chief Justice of India has made a statement to the extent that neither the courts are temples nor the judges are gods. If, according to me, if criminal law is a religion, I feel my senior Padma Reddy is a god. There is no substitute. Words cannot express that. Friends, apart from the law books, I suggest you to read books. Robert Scott, has said that people who do not read books has no advantage over the person who cannot read books. Just observe, people who do not read books has no advantage over the person who cannot read books. An illiterate cannot read the books. If you too do not read the books, there is no advantage. There is no difference between you and the illiterate. So read books. I was reading a book, before memory fades, where the memoirs of Justice Nariman. In his book, he was writing. One day he is invited one C.K. Daftari, one of the senior counsels, to his home for a dinner. Probably most of the youngsters might not know, the seniors must be knowing who is C.K. Daftari. C.K. Daftari is one of the renowned senior advocate in Apex Court. He is known for his sense of humor. In fact, to put it in other way, this Kesavananda Bharati case, first it went to C.K. Daftari because of his age and all that. He said, I couldn't handle that at this age. Then it went to Chagla. Chagla said, I'm busy with my work and all that. Then it went to Nani Palkewala. Then the rest is history. After 68 days that went on in the courts, 32 days Nani Palkewala has argued the matter. Incredible. Coming to the issue first, after having dinner, Nariman asked Daftari, sir, how could you be so successful? What is the reason behind this? Then Daftari seems to have informed Nariman, please, youngsters, remember this. If you get a brief, read the brief once or twice, be thorough with the facts, then close it. Then think of the brief. Think of the brief in such a way that, what are the probable questions that would come up from the opponent and the questions that would come up from the judge, presiding officer. Just think. When you start thinking, you will get answers. When you start questioning yourself why, you will get answers. Once, if you don't do that, absolutely, nothing will happen. Wherever you are, you will be drifting over there only. So always I suggest you people, young advocates, to think of the brief and go ahead. If you have a brief, you have studied well, you have read well, any points and all that, you pick up the precedents. If you do not pick up the precedents, if there is no precedent to that extent, develop your old jurisprudence. That's important. I tell you one small example, a small story, which is relatable to the present situation. How well you think out of the box. We all know the tennis player Boris Becker. Boris Becker was playing with Andre Agassi and he defeated him thrice. Because we all know that Boris Becker is very good at serving aces and all that, and it will be difficult for the opponent to send it back. So Andre Agassi, when he was with coach and other friends and all that, everybody was suggesting to tackle this service. It's better we all hit the gym and build up the muscles and all that. But Andre Agassi didn't do that. When all others have hit the gym, what he has done is he took all the video cassettes where Boris Becker played and started observing the video cassettes thoroughly in such a way that he could come to a conclusion. Yes, and he has observed in such a way that whenever Boris Becker was serving an ace, his tongue protruded on the left side, and when he was serving on the center of the court, his tongue protruded on the center of his chin. Then he observed that thereafter, whenever they meet, for 12 times thereafter they met, and all the times Andre Agassi beat Boris Becker. So this is what thinking out of the box. One has to think out of the box. See, when you might be having a senior counsel, don't get afraid of it. When you are thorough with the brief, think, create your own solution for that, and come out and argue the matter. If you are successful, fine, well and good. If you are not successful, still leave it. You have made an attempt. Nothing more than that. All youngsters have to realize this. One more fact I'll tell you and just give it to my Justice Vanmati Garu. There's one poet, a Palestinian poet by name Muhammad Wardish, Palestinian born, now residing in Israel. He said that nothing is order on the soul when the smell of dreams while they are evaporating. I'll say that nothing is order on the soul, harder, H-A-R-D-E-R, harder on the soul, when the smell of dreams while they are evaporating. I'll put it in a simpler ways, like in a crude way, in such a way. Suppose if you are interested in a girl, you want to marry her, ultimately you are not successful. When she is missing, you'll feel, the dreams what you thought of it, when it is evaporating, you feel bad. Likewise, you set a goal, you set a dream. This is what I want to become. This is what I want to be. Then you will come to know what are the efforts to be put for that. So set a goal here for yourself. Think of it. Think that in the mind. Repeat it by nurturing it continuously, tenaciously. One day I'll tell you will be achieving the goal. So set a goal for yourself. You want to become a public prosecutor, you want to become a presiding officer, you want to become a judge, whatever it is, set a goal. So on that note, I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity by the President and the association. Thank you so much for your warm welcome. Thank you.
चांद बादशाह सर, सर प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज, या प्लीज. हाँ, ईश्वर, वंशी, रघुवीर, केशव, केशव, రండి 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 ప్లీజ్ ప్లీజ్. సార్ రాజేంద్ర సార్, వెంకటేష్ సార్, జయసింహ, సుధాకర్ సార్ ప్లీజ్. సాయి ప్రదీప్, గోవింద్, రఫీ, అడ్వకేట్ జాన్ సార్, రఫీ, టిప్ సుల్తాన్, శ్రీనివాస్ యాదవ్, రమేష్, భాషా సార్, సార్ rest of players, if any are pending, please come on the dais, please. Yeah, special gift. Kadri sir, please come up. Suresh sir, Madhe sir. సార్ సురేష్ సార్.